Sorry, y'all. I was on mute. What I was saying was, welcome back to No Filter MMA. This is your boy BJ, man, and I'm back with another live video. I'm here to talk to you guys about some of this upcoming WMMA shit that's going on, man. It's a lot of upcoming women's MMA fights that's happening, man, and I'm just ready to talk about it. I'm ready to talk about it. Let's go. So, a lot of shit, a lot of shit, a lot of shit. First off, I want to talk about the Jillian Robertson versus Courtney Casey. This is a big fight. This is definitely a emerging contender fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I just talked to Jillian Robertson. She was scheduled to fight Talia Santos. That fight is not happening. So the fight that is happening is Courtney Casey. Courtney Casey just come off of the finish of Romero Barella. So um, she wanted to do a quick turnaround. Um, Jillian Robertson was available. Jillian Robertson is ready to fight. So this is a rankings fight. Whoever wins this fight will more than likely have a number behind their name and emerges as the next contender that's climbing their way up to the belt. You know what I'm saying? This is a huge fight. It's only Courtney Casey's second fight at flyweight, but it's a big fight because Courtney Casey is out here making six figures, guys. They putting a lot of weight on Courtney Casey. And as you guys know, they always love to give Jillian Robertson the opportunity to go out there and get a fight. She's always game. She's always ready to go. As far as the stylistic matchup, very interesting stylistic matchup, man. Very interesting stylistic matchup. Um, you have a very well-rounded, very long, very rangy, very talented Courtney Casey coming into this fight, who very well can beat Jillian Robertson. I mean, she very well can go in here and beat Jillian Robertson. But if Courtney Casey, her best way to win this fight will probably be on the feet. Jillian Robertson, on the other hand, has been working very hard on her striking. She has been developing that part of her game because she has to have that part of her game to take her where she wants to be in this division. Jillian wants to be the champion of this division, so therefore she has to have that part of her game ready to go. You guys know, in traditional no filter MMA fashion. So, anyways, Jillian, this could be a really good fight for Jillian. Can Jillian drag Courtney Casey into the type of waters that at flyweight that Courtney Casey hasn't been in? She's carrying more weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's fighting bigger, stronger opponents, more talented opponents, and Jillian Robertson is very talented. This is a stepping stone fight for Courtney Casey. It is. Like, they're putting her against Jillian Robertson because they think that she's going to go in here and do Jillian the same way Macy did Jillian. I don't think that that's what's going to happen in this fight, guys. We're getting a different Jillian Robertson in this fight. You know, we're getting a different Jillian Robertson than what we've had in the past. And I can guarantee that, guys. You already know. So this is an article by MMA Fighting of this particular fight. It's not much out about this fight right now. It's a month away, and there's not a whole lot out about this fight. So let's look. Veteran Octagon combatants Courtney Casey and Jillian Robertson are the latest additions to the growing UFC fight card on June 20th. Multiple people with knowledge of the booking said the bout was finalized for the summer event, which does not have an official location but is expected to take place in Las Vegas at UFC Apex facility. They said they were going to start using that Apex facility. Good move on the UFC's part. Casey makes a quick turnaround after submitting Mara Romero Barella this past Saturday at UFC ESPN 8. She picked up a $50,000 performance of the night bonus. In her first Octagon outing at flyweight after starting her Octagon career at strawweight. Robertson most recently appeared in Octagon UFC at ESPN 6, where she was stopped by Macy Barber via TKO to snap a two-fight winning streak. So yeah, we're also getting Roxanne Modafferi versus Lauren Murphy. So we're also getting that fight as well, guys. That's one fight I forgot to talk about. was Roxanne Modafferi versus Lauren Murphy. You know what I'm saying? If Roxanne, straight up honest, if Roxanne Modafferi can go out here and get a win over Lauren Murphy, um, then who I, I, wow. If does this warrant a fight for the title for Lauren Murphy if she wins? I'm pretty sure it warrants a fight for the title for Roxanne Modafferi if Roxanne wins. But does it do the same for Lauren Murphy is the question. Let's see, just sharing this to my Facebook page. All right. Um, yeah, does this warrant Lauren Murphy a title shot? If Lauren Murphy wins this fight, like it's like, ooh, does it? Ooh, I'm not exactly sure. Like, does this warrant a title shot for Lauren Murphy? I'm pretty sure if Roxanne Modafferi can go out here, guys, I'm about to adjust this a little bit because this is messing up my computer. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Let me, guys, move this over. I'm gonna move this over as well. We're gonna put this right here in the middle. How about that? How about that? I think that can get the job done. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if Lauren Murphy would get the title shot. I think she would have to fight somebody else if she beat Roxanne Modafferi because everybody's already. I mean, if Roxanne Modafferi gets beat, there people are going to say, "Oh, well, Roxanne wasn't quite ready to fight somebody like Valentina, anyways." And so that if that takes her off, but if Roxanne were to win, everybody's going to say, "Okay, let her fight Valentina Shevchenko. If she's ready to fight Valentina." Then that's what everybody's going to say. So what's it gonna be, guys? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? So I feel like if, like I said, I feel like if Roxanne Modafferi wins this fight, she most definitely will be the next in line to fight Valentina Shevchenko, the winner of Shevchenko and Joanne Calderwood. So whoever wins that fight, if Roxanne Modafferi will most definitely get the winner of that fight for sure. So, um, but she is fighting Lauren Murphy. Like I said, I feel like Lauren Murphy would have to knock off somebody like Jessica I, or somebody like Jennifer Maya, or she would have to do something like that in order. I seen a matchup with what's up, Marcus Bell? I seen somewhere where Jennifer Maya is supposed to be fighting Viviane Atarujo. Oh, that's who it was. That's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be the battle of who can gas out first. Who can look the sloppiest and who can gas out first. That's what that's gonna be, man. That's what that's gonna be, man. Who can look the worst first? Because we know Viviane Atarujo is gonna gas, and Jennifer Maya is probably gonna miss weight. So I mean, it is what it is with Jennifer Maya versus Viviane Atarujo. Atarujo shouldn't be there in the first place. But yeah, guys. So we're getting two flyweight fights that night. One for an emerging contender, the winner of Courtney Casey versus Jillian Robinson for sure. Gets a number beside their name. They'll probably end up, they'll probably move KGB down. You know what I'm saying, and put one of them up there because Courtney Casey should be in the rankings. I gotta look this up, man. Let me look this up right quick, guys, because let me look and see. Let's see, because I think wasn't Mara Romero Barella ranked? She was ranked, so if she was ranked, then Courtney Casey took that spot. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, Courtney Casey is number 15. She's number 15 right now because she knocked off Mara Romero Barella, which really Montana De La Rosa knocked off Mara Romero Barella. You know what I'm saying? So if Courtney Casey and whoever wins with Courtney Casey versus Jillian, that's crazy. They gave see guys, see man, I'm not real man. Yeah, Antonina versus Chukagian, which is also crazy, Marcus Bell, and I'm gonna talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about that too. But guys, what was I getting ready to say? I lost what I. Yeah, they gave Courtney Casey. They gave Courtney Casey a ranking right away, man. And how many fights has Jillian had, man? Like, how many fights has Jillian Robertson had that she still can't get a ranking? I mean, come on, UFC. UFC, come on, man. I mean, really? Jesus Christ. So, once again, a big fight for Jillian Robertson just to get into the rankings. Imagine how hard it is going to be for Jillian Robertson to climb through the rankings. Let's look at how hard it's been for Jillian to get into the top 15 versus. Think about how hard it's going to be for Jillian to get to the top of the division. I mean, she has Jillian Robertson has every odd stacked against her, every single odd stacked against her, coming into the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Every single that's why I fucking rose with Jillian Robinson, because she's the fucking underdog, and goddamn it, she's a scrappy fighter, and she's goddamn ready to go. She's gonna go in here full fledged, wide open at Courtney Casey. This is gonna be a barn. I thought this is gonna be a tough fight for both of them. This is gonna be a good fight. This is gonna be a good fucking fight. Courtney Casey and Jillian Robinson are gonna fucking bring it. They're gonna fucking bring it. Jillian Robinson's gonna fucking bring it. Courtney Casey's gonna bring it. Courtney Casey wants to fight for the belt. She wants to fight the best of the best in the division, and so does Jillian Robertson. So now Marcus Bell mentioned Antonina versus Katlyn Chookagian. Um, Marcus Bell, you hold on. Let me talk about this Antonina versus Katlyn. Antonina, okay, so Valentina, I don't understand what's going on at flyweight here with Antonina. If Antonina knocks off Katlyn Chookagian, which I don't know, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Chookagian versus Antonina is a good fight. I would much rather see Antonina versus Montana De La Rosa for sure. I would much rather see her fight Montana De La Rosa than Katlyn Chookagian, because she doesn't really deserve to fight Chookagian. She's ranked like number 12, 13. And why is she fighting the number one contender? Like, I don't get that. Like, why? And she's not going to fight Valentina Shevchenko. So that's just going to hold up the division. What are they going to do? An interim flyweight title? I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, to be honest, if you want to be honest, Montana De La Rosa deserves to fight somebody like Katlyn Chookagian over Antonina Shevchenko. I mean, what? Roxanne Modafferi's not fighting not fighting Katlyn Chookagian. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, what's like Marcus Bell, man? Somebody kind of explain this to me, man. Explain this to me. Like, why is Antonina Shevchenko fighting Katlyn Chookagian? Like, this just doesn't make sense, because she's not gonna fight Valentina Shevchenko. She's not gonna fight Valentina, so what's gonna happen? That's just gonna clutter up and bottleneck the top of the division. It's gonna bottleneck the top of the division. It's gonna make it weird at the top, because you're gonna have a chance, unless Valentina vacates, which I doubt she's gonna vacate the belt in a division that she's projected to rule for a long time. I highly doubt Valentina's gonna vacate. Maybe they will do an interim. Maybe they will do an interim between. I mean, let's say if Antonina knocks off Katlyn Chookagian, then they could do what? Roxanne versus Antonina 2 for an interim. Unless I don't get it. Roxanne wanted to fight Lauren Murphy. Yeah, but she wasn't going to get the fight. Who else was she going to fight? She wasn't going to fight. She couldn't fight Joanne Calderwood. She couldn't fight Valentina, because Calderwood and Valentina were going to fight. So who else was Roxanne going to fight? Jennifer Maia? I mean, Jennifer Maia, man. I mean, who was she going to? Jennifer Maia is at the top of the division for what? Why is Jennifer Maia at the top of the division? I don't understand that. Let's put the girls who can make weight. At this point, guys, when it comes to Jennifer Maia, it's about professionalism. It's about who's going to show up. Jennifer Maia, her skill set, there's nothing about Jennifer Maia's skill set that there's no threat factor when you think about Jennifer Maia. There's no threat factor there. There's a threat factor with Viviane Araújo. She has knockout power. There's a threat with Roxanne Modafferi because she's just a tricky, sneaky, unorthodox fighter. You know what I'm saying? There's a threat factor with Macy Barber with the power. You know what I'm saying? With the power in her hands, you have Macy Barber. That's her threat. You know, you have threats when you come to Montana De La Rosa. You know what I'm saying? You have the wrestling and you have the powerful right hand of Montana De La Rosa. That's a threat. You have a threat when it comes to Jillian Robinson. She takes you down. There's nobody in that division who's gonna roll with Jillian Robinson. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So what do you see when you look at when you look at Jennifer Maya? There's no threat factor there. I don't see anything special about Jennifer Maya, but she's at the top of the division. She's missed weight how many times? How many times has Jennifer Maya missed weight at flyweight? She missed weight against Roxanne Modafferi. I think she missed weight against Jessica High too. So what's going on here? Chukagian, she's got decent striking. She's got decent striking. Caitlin Chukagian's got decent striking. There's really no threat factor with Caitlin Chukagian, but I don't know, man. But back to Courtney Casey versus Jillian Robinson is going to be a damn good fight, man. It's going to be a damn good fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm going with Team Robinson. You guys already know, so there's no reason to speculate that I will go any other way, guys. You guys already know that I'm Team Jillian Robinson 24 motherfucking 7. 24/7. You know, Jillian, let's see how good Jillian's hands are. You guys heard my last interview with Jillian Robinson. You got how you got Marcus Bell, how you got Courtney Casey. That's a good point. I mean, tell me how you got Courtney Casey winning this fight. How do you have Courtney Casey winning this fight? So anyways, like I was saying, y'all, Julian Robinson has worked on her hands. You know what I'm saying? That she's worked on her hands. She's working on that gap in her game. That's what everybody says when it comes to Jillian Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she has no hands. Okay, she has no hands, but she has excellent fucking jujitsu. So let's see what Jillian Robinson does in this fight, how she comes out on the feet, because she's been showing elements of her striking in the last few fights. She lost the Macy Barber fight on the feet, but she still landed. She threw a head kick. She faked the takedown, came up with strikes, landed a head kick on Macy Barber. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jillian showed a lot of improvement in her game, man. She showed steps forward and rounded out that game. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how good Jillian does. I'm also curious to see what kind of fight Montana De La Rosa gets next too. I want to see who Montana De La Rosa gets. You know, maybe like a let me look at the rankings. Let me look at the rankings. Let's see here. Courtney has the edge on experience. She does. She does have the edge on experience though. But does she have the edge on skill set? Does her skill set have the edge though? Or can she match Montana, can she match Jillian Robinson skill for skill? You know, as far as, because Jillian Robinson probably gonna end up taking her down. You know what I'm saying? If Jillian Robinson takes her down, then what is Courtney Casey gonna do? Montana De La Rosa maybe fight Alexis Davis. You know, Macy Barber. I would love to see Montana De La Rosa versus Macy Barber. That would be oh boy, man. Montana De La Rosa versus Macy Barber. Woo wee. Macy Barber ain't coming back no time soon though. Macy Barber, she gonna be out. Um, let's see. Maybe, I mean, who could? I mean, Montana De La Rosa could. I mean, everybody else is pretty much tied up. Because if you look at who's above De La Rosa, you have the only person available is really Alexis Davis. Macy Barber's out. She's already fought Andrea Lee. Viviane Atarujo is fighting. I forgot who she was fighting. I just said who she was fighting, but I forgot who she was. Oh, Antonina. Or I forgot who the fuck she's fighting, but she's fighting. Um, let's see. Who is fucking Viviane Atarujo fighting? I forgot. Anyways, so the only person that's really available, Chukagian's fighting, Calderwood's fighting, Maya's fighting. Um, oh, it's Adarujo versus Jennifer Maya. Um, so the only person that's really available is Jessica I. Could they bring somebody from below, like Ji Yun Kim or Molly McCann, somebody from below Montana De La Rosa's number, or would Montana De La Rosa possibly fight Jessica I? You guys got to think about that being possible. They could give Montana De La Rosa the fight with a fight with Jessica I, because the rest of the division is tied up except for Alexis Davis. Now, if Montana De La Rosa can go out here and beat Alexis Davis, then you got to start giving Montana De La Rosa the credit to be where she's at in this division. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all from the start that Montana De La Rosa would be a staple in this division, and Montana De La Rosa is a staple in this division. So, I mean, it just is what it is. You can say what you want to. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I, probably what's more likely is that they will bring somebody from below to fight Montana De La Rosa, unless they give her either the Alexis Davis or the Jessica I fight. That's the only people that's available to fight Montana De La Rosa would be, or either the winner of one of these fights, the winner or loser of one of these fights that I've already been talking about, will probably be an opponent for Montana De La Rosa. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I would be shocked if Felicia Spencer fly across the cage with a flying knee bar and submit Amanda. I'm getting ready to get to that fight, buddy. That's the last fight I'm going to talk about. So you stick around, Marcus Bell. You stick the fuck around, dog. Um, I don't know. I don't get a lot of live viewers. I usually people go back and view my stuff after the fact. It's weird, man. My channel is weird. I do live videos. I don't think everybody gets notifications. Um, People go back after the fact and like, oh, we missed your live, or oh, I missed your live stream, and I'm like, well, I was live for an hour plus. What else do you want me to do? Anyways, but I like to get on and talk live because talking live is fun, man. You know, I'm gonna get high and talk. But other than the flyweights mixing it up, flyweight is mixing it up, man. Flyweight is really mixing it up. I'm a little shocked at flyweight right now. Flyweight's doing very well. It's moving. That division is moving. The division is moving, and then you also got, um, I thought Antonina was fighting. I thought Antonina was fighting Cynthia Calvillo though. Is she not fighting Calvillo anymore? Maybe I was thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe am I imagining that fight was supposed to happen? Antonina Shevchenko versus Cynthia Calvillo. I believe that fight was supposed to happen. I believe that fight was supposed to happen. You have what's her name, Alexa Grasso. Then you have Courtney Casey coming in to scrap it the fuck out with Jillian Robertson. Man, that's gonna be a good goddamn fight. That's a good fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight. Um, I think Jillian. I think we'll just see Jillian do well in this fight, man. I do. I really do. I think she will. Okay, Marcus Bell. I didn't think so. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is Invicta featherweight champion and new Pam Sorensen calls out Megan Anderson on social media, and I shared it on my Facebook, guys. And I just wanted to. I'm gonna go back and read that post because a little bit of savagery in that post from Pam Sorensen. You know, Pam Sorensen is the Invicta champion, and there is the trend that Invicta champions they need to start faster. Supposed to be Plan B, right? Um, Let me go back and read this post, man. Pam Soren, the trend is that Invicta champions come up. The trend is that Invicta champions come up to the UFC. So yeah, Pam Sorensen is now the Invicta featherweight champion, and she tags Megan Anderson, and she says, Megan Anderson says she wants to stay busy. Why not match her up with a worthy opponent and fellow Invicta Fights champ? I'm get I'm getting tired of sitting on the sidelines. I want to fight. And tags Mick Maynard, Sean Shelby, Dana White in the UFC, and puts just saying, and post a picture with her holding her Invicta belt, the champion Pam fucking Sorensen, and a picture of Megan Anderson holding her Invicta belt. That's the fight to make. That's the fight to make. That is the fight to make. Pam, this is Pam Sorensen, guys. This is Pam Bam Sorensen's time to come into the UFC. This is her fucking time. This is Pam Sorensen's time to come into the UFC. This is it. This is what a great move by Pam Sorensen to put that out there. To put that out there and let them know I want to fight. I'm here. Let's build this fucking division. Let's fight. Guys, we have the makings of a division. If they move Pam Sorensen up to the UFC to challenge Megan Anderson, that's perfect. I believe Dana White will let her in, dude. He can't deny Pam Sorensen. He can't deny Pam Sorensen her opportunity to fight in the UFC, man. She's the only person. She's next in line, dude. You know, Megan Anderson proved her way to come up. You know what I'm saying? What was so special about Megan that wasn't special about Pam Sorensen? You know what I'm saying? Pam Sorensen won that belt fair and fucking square. Pam Sorensen deserves to be fighting in the UFC for sure. So I'm definitely down. I hope they make that fight, man, because that is a very winnable fight for Pam Sorensen. That's a very winnable fight for Pam Sorensen. It's a very winnable fight for Megan Anderson. Both ways. Megan, like I said before, guys, Megan Anderson has the power to put any featherweight down. Any featherweight. I mean, you see what she did to Charmaine Tweet. You see what she did to Norma Dumont. Megan Anderson has the power to put anybody down. So let's not sleep. No matter what people say about Megan Anderson versus whoever, Amanda Nunes, Cyborg, whoever, Megan Anderson can put them down. She can put them down. You know what I'm saying? She has that power. But Pam Sorensen is also a very well-rounded, well-versed on the ground, well-versed on the feet, Muay Thai, very solid striker, very powerful striker. Doesn't have the longest reach, but has a lot of power, has a good jab. Pam Sorensen is good with kicks to the body. Pam Sorensen is good with shooting for the double leg takedown, cutting off the octagon. Dude, Pam Sorensen is, if you had, like I said, guys, if you hadn't seen the fight with Felicia Spencer for the Invicta Championship, go watch that fight. Felicia Spencer and Pam Sorensen was a barn burner. That was a damn good fight for Invicta. But Pam Sorensen, Megan can't get off with her power based on higher. Megan can't. Yeah, that's true, but we haven't really seen her face um, the highest either. You know, she got that power off against Holly, but Holly was just a little bit smarter. She hit Holly so goddamn hard. I thought Holly was gonna go through that damn fence, boy. I thought Holly Holm was going through that fence. But that tricky Holly Holm. That tricky Holly Holm. Guys, Pam Sorensen versus Megan Anderson is the fight to make. That's the fight to make right there. Megan Anderson versus Pam Sorensen. Pull Pam on up to the UFC unless, guys, Leah Letson makes a return. Unless Leah Letson makes a return to the UFC, that's the only other person that I can see fighting Megan Anderson. The only other person besides Pam Sorensen that I can see fighting Megan Anderson next is Leah Letson. So Leah Letson comes out of hiding. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with Leonidas Letson, but Leah Letson hadn't fought in a long time. She hadn't fought since the finale of Tough. That's a long time ago. So the only person, guys, that's the only person that I can see fighting Megan Anderson is if Megan Anderson draws Leah Letson out of hiding. If she can pull Leah Letson out to a fight, I believe that's also a fight to make at featherweight. It's Leah Letson versus Megan Anderson. That's a good fucking fight. So or unless they pull somebody, unless they pull somebody from somewhere, pull them to the UFC, um, and you never know. Megan, like I said, Megan has the power. She can put Leah Letson away. Leah Letson could put Megan Anderson away. Leah has powerful punches in her power in her punches. She has the Taekwondo kicks, very good kicks. Leah Letson throws great kicks. You know what I'm saying? And Leah can take like we saw in the Julia Stoliarenko fight. She can take the fight to the ground and dominate on the ground as well. So that's the only other person besides, like I said, guys, it's the only other person besides Pam Sorensen that I can see them pulling to fight Megan Anderson would be Leah Letson. And now, like I said, guys, I've been dying since I've known of Leah Letson. I've been dying to see Leah Letson competing in the featherweight division in the UFC for as long as I've known Leah Letson. You know what I'm saying? Like for as long as I've known her, for as long as I've known her, that's the only person that I've really been wanting to see her compete with the Megan Andersons, with the Cyborgs, with the Felicia Spencers. I want to see Leah Lesson up there. Macy Chasson needs to come on up to 145 pounds. Like Macy Chasson, the opportunity is there. Macy Chasson versus Megan Anderson, guys. I mean, Macy Chasson versus Megan Anderson. Come on, man. Come on, man. Macy Chasson versus Megan Anderson. Let's make the fight happen. Let's make it happen. But guys, but last but not least, let's talk about Megan Anderson. Let's talk about Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer. Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer is happening. We gotta talk about this. Guys, their nations are really getting behind them. This is turning into a big fight. The card may not be the best card. They've made a lot of improvements to the card. They've added a lot of good fights to the card. The Nunes versus Spencer card. They've added a lot of good fucking fights to that card. But the fight itself with Felicia Spencer versus Amanda Nunes is blowing up. Because you have the whole country of Canada. Then you have the whole country of Brazil. Canada is behind Felicia Spencer. Brazil is behind Amanda Nunes, guys. This is a huge fight. Champion versus champion. Felicia Spencer, you know, was the Invicta champion. She's coming to the UFC. She's won all of her fights except for the barn burner she had with Chris Cyborg. What an impressive performance by Felicia Spencer. You know what I'm saying? She beat the hell out of Zara Dos Santos. She beat the hell out of Megan Anderson. The rightful competitor. You know what I'm saying? She's the rightful competitor at 145. Rightful title challenger at 145 pounds. And Felicia Spencer, guys, you guys know how I feel about that fight. I feel like Felicia Spencer, um, I feel like this fight is 50-50. This is a 50. Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer is a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Because if Amanda Nunes if she can knock Felicia Spencer out, that's the only way she can win this fight. That's the only way that she can win this fight is if she knocks Felicia Spencer out. She knocks her out, she wins this fight. But if Amanda misses and Felicia Spencer gets in, or Felicia Spencer stands and trades until she gets the opportunity and she earns that opportunity and she works that opportunity to get Amanda Nunes to the ground, guys, this fight sways tremendously in Felicia Spencer's favor if she's able to get this fight to the ground. And Canada knows it, and every MMA fan, especially WMMA fans, they know this. They know that Felicia Spencer is a very dangerous opponent for Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? They know that Felicia Spencer. If you guys don't believe that, then can you really call yourself a WMMA fan? If you can't agree with the fact that Felicia Spencer is a highly dangerous opponent to Amanda Nunes, then you shouldn't be a fan of this sport, and you probably shouldn't be watching this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So Felicia Spencer is gonna go into this fight guns blazing. She's gonna be bigger. She's gonna be stronger than Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at these comments. What does Marcus Bell have to say? Felicia's going to jump on Amanda's back, like when Nina jumps on Amanda's back and be running around the house. Boy, Marcus Bell, you. Marcus Bell, you stupid man. Amanda a big linebacker, man. You know she is. And Amanda Nunes is gonna be big in this fight. She's gonna be big. She's big at featherweight. But she's not as big as Felicia Spencer. You know what I'm saying? She's not as big. She's not as strong in the clinch. She's not as strong in the clinch. The clinch is the biggest thing here. Amanda is strong with the punches, but is she as strong as Felicia Spencer in the clinch? I do not think so, guys. I do not feel like Felicia Spencer. That Amanda Nunes is as strong as Felicia Spencer in the clinch. And I feel like Felicia Spencer can get this fight to the ground, and she's gonna go for the finish. She's gonna go for the finish, and Felicia Spencer is gonna be smart. That's the thing about Felicia Spencer. She's a very smart fighter. She's a very smart fighter. You know what I'm saying? Her octagon IQ is very high. Her octagon IQ is very high. For the amount of fights that Felicia Spencer has, her octagon IQ is very high. So, um, she's gonna be smart. If she gets this fight to the ground, that's where she wants this fight to be. And if she gets this fight where she wants this fight to be, she's gonna be smart about it, and it's gonna be another day in the office for Felicia Spencer. Yeah, man. Felicia Spencer about 70%. Yeah, dude. I do, man. I do. I give Felicia Spencer. I lean more toward Felicia Spencer winning this fight than Amanda Nunes. I don't think Amanda Nunes is invincible, man. She's not invincible. She's good, but when you got somebody like Felicia Spencer, I think Felicia Spencer will do to Amanda Nunes what Misha Tate was supposed to do to Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? She'll do. I think it'll be reminiscent of what Kat Zingano did to Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? I think that is that type of style that is Amanda Nunes' kryptonite. That's why she put Misha Tate away so fast. She put Misha Tate away so fast because she knew she could not go there with Misha Tate. Like she can't go there with Misha Tate. She can't go deep into a fight with Misha Tate because Misha Tate is gonna dominate her in the later rounds of the fight. So she put Misha Tate away. She didn't give Misha Tate the opportunity to take her down. She didn't give Ronda Rousey the opportunity to take her down. She didn't give, Sarah McMahon didn't really have the best, opportunity to beat Amanda Nunes. But, fighters like Kat Zingano have done it. You know what I'm saying? Kat Zingano has done it. And Felicia Spencer can do it. You know what I'm saying? Felicia Spencer can do it. So it's just I know Amanda Nunes is good, man. She is good, and like I said, her best path to victory is to knock out Felicia Spencer. Is to go for the knockout. She's gonna have to go for it as soon as they come out. She can't give Felicia. She can't stand and let Felicia trade because Felicia will strike her way into a clinch and will strike her way into a takedown. That's what Felicia Spencer does. No matter who she's fighting, with Cyborg she did it. You know what I'm saying? She did it with Cyborg. I see Bullet KO. I've noticed, man. I've noticed that the notifications aren't going out, man, because a lot of people aren't getting them. People always say they missed my video, but Bullet KO, I appreciate you coming in and joining me and talking. Absolutely, get in here and mix it up. That's what's going on. So Felicia Spencer, we're talking Felicia Spencer versus Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Like Felicia Spencer was successfully able to close the distance on Chris Cyborg, and yeah, Amanda Nunes beat Chris Cyborg, but that's somebody was going to go to sleep first in that fight. Somebody was going to go down first in that fight. Her beating Cyborg doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't necessarily mean she's better than Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? It could mean that MMA math doesn't make sense. So it could mean that. But what I'm saying is that Felicia Spencer was able to close the distance on Chris Cyborg. So I think, She was definitely able to close the distance on Megan Anderson. And yeah, I thought so, Bullet KO. Yeah, Antonina was scheduled to fight Calvillo. You're right. Calvillo bailed. You're right. You're right. I knew that. I knew I wasn't crazy for thinking that. Marcus Bell, you was wrong about that, man. You was wrong about that. And Bullet KO just let you know. Bullet KO just let you know that you was wrong about that. Caitlin and Antonina were supposed to fight at catchweight. Fight at a catchweight. Why were Caitlin and Antonina supposed to fight at a catchweight? It was rescheduled after the event was canceled. Why were they fighting at catchweight though? Like, what was the catchweight? Right, but how did the catchweight come about? I just want to know, why was it a catchweight? But I still feel, you know what I'm saying? I still don't understand Antonina Shevchenko getting that. I don't understand Antonina Shevchenko getting that. Oh, Kelly, a short notice. Okay. So that fight was supposed to be what's going on, and then Caitlin Chukagian took the fight. But I guess it still affects the rankings, though. It would still affect the rankings, even though it's a catchweight. Cynthia Calvillo, maybe she just needs to stop fighting because she's not showing up. Yeah, people not showing up. I mean, it is what it is. That's how that fight came about. Word, 2 week notice for Caitlin. She is due. She just due a fight. I mean, shit. Shit. You could have threw De La Rosa in the mix if you ask me. Because there's nobody for, like I was saying, man, you missed it earlier. What I was saying, excuse me, it's that weed call. What I was saying was, who does Montana De La Rosa fight next? The only person that available is the only people that are available for her to fight above her is Alexis Davis and Jessica Eye. Unless they pull somebody from below her like Molly McCann or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? But hell, Cavillo Bell, throw De La Rosa in the mix. Shit. I don't get it. Antonina is due. Yeah, Antonina is due. Or either like, Montana fight like Ji Young Kim or somebody. She fight like Ji Young Kim. But I was much rather have seen her. I would much rather have seen Antonina versus Montana than Antonina versus um, Chukagian. I don't like that fight. I don't like that fight. I don't like that fight. But anyways, I'll listen and fast forward. Oh, okay, okay. Molly would be a great fight for De La Rosa. Nah, I think De La Rosa's a step ahead of Molly McCann, man. I do. I think De La Rosa's a step ahead of Molly McCann, dude. She's big. I mean, dude, Molly McCann got manhandled by Jillian Robinson, bro. I mean, phew, she got twisted into a pretzel by Jillian Robinson, bro. She's no match for Montana De La Rosa at all. Alexis Davis, I think, is the best fight. I think that Alexis Davis is a good fight for Montana De La Rosa for sure. That's the fight for De La Rosa is Alexis Davis. Give her Alexis Davis. Alexis Davis. But from the Alexis Davis side, they're going to be looking at it like, okay, Alexis, you have the experience over Montana. You're the more experienced fighter. You have a win over Amanda Nunes. But Alexis Davis steps in there with Montana De La Rosa. She's going to have to put De La Rosa away. She's going to have to put De La Rosa away. You know what I'm saying? She would have to put De La Rosa away, man. You know what I'm saying? I could see Montana De La Rosa outworking Alexis Davis because if they stand and trade on the field, Alexis Davis is a very good striker, and she has a little bit of power. Alexis Davis got power in her punches when she lands them right, you know. But Montana De La Rosa throws with a whole lot more power than Alexis Davis, man. Montana De La Rosa gonna be looking to sit Alexis Davis down. If this fight stays on the feet, um, She would sit Alexis Davis down, man, on the feet, dude. Montana sit her down, dude. I mean, Montana dropped. I mean, when she dropped Marvin Barella, dude, she dropped her, bro. Like she dropped her and she dropped her. Montana landed that right hand clean on Mara Romero Barella and sat her down. You know what I'm saying? And she also sat Nadia Kassem down with that right hand too. So Montana De La Rosa, you know what I'm saying, standing trading with Montana, KGB has really good defense, so she avoided most of those power shots from Montana De La Rosa. But in a fight with Alexis Davis, man, I feel like Montana would land that right hand multiple times, and she'd probably out. And then in the clinch and in the grappling, you know what I'm saying, it'd be close. It'd be close because Alexis Davis is very good on the ground. Alexis Davis is very good on the ground. You got to give her that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the striking, I mean, we've seen Alexis Davis get beat up. Like Viviane Araújo beat her up, dude. And Montana stick that jab, and she stick that jab. You guys know I love Montana De La Rosa's jab. You know what I'm saying? Montana stick that jab in Alexis Davis's face, man. Montana's a big flyweight. Y'all missed that. She's a big flyweight, but I don't know, man. Flyweight is shaping up, dude. I just don't understand how. I don't understand how. Lex Davis coming close and close. Pre-retirement. Yeah, she took. She was like, I thought that KGB fight was close. Yeah, Bullet KO. It was close. It was very close. It was very close. That was a close fight. That was a close fight. Um, but I don't understand what this is gonna do for Antonina Shevchenko if she beats. Like if she beats Caitlin Chukagian, then she becomes the #1 contender. What's gonna happen? That's gonna turn into a mess. Like them two fighting in the same division was a mess to begin with. Like we've seen this coming. You know what I'm saying? If she beats Caitlin Chukagian, she becomes the #1 contender. So what does Valentina do? Go up and challenge? Well, probably, but she has to fight with Calderwood. So I mean, but what if Joanne Calderwood does the unthinkable? What if Joanne Calderwood does the unthinkable and beats Valentina Shevchenko? Then everything shifts in a whole nother direction at flyweight, guys. Which we know. Um, Bullet KO, I would have given the edge to Montana too, just because of the clinch work, dude. Because Montana De La Rosa was the one who initiated the clinch work. She couldn't hold KGB down, but she did get takedowns, and she did clinch up KGB a lot in that fight. Plus the exchanges on the feet coming out in that second round. Montana De La Rosa, I watched that fight live. I was there. Front row seat to the Montana De La Rosa fight in Greenville, South Carolina. That's my town. That's my city. And when Montana De La Rosa came out firing those right hands in the second round, those rights were landing. She was splitting the guard of KGB with that right hand. You know what I'm saying? And KGB ate them shots. She ate them shots from Montana De La Rosa. You know what I'm saying? But she was just a little more crisp on the feet. I guess that's what the judges saw. A little more polished of a striker than Montana De La Rosa. But it is what it is. But I just, it's going to bottleneck. This whole thing with Antonina Shevchenko, man, it's going to bottleneck the top of flyweight. It's going to be a weird moment at flyweight, especially if Valentina beats Calderwood and Antonina beats Chukagian. It's going to be weird, man. It's just going to be an odd spot. It's gonna be an odd spot. Yeah, Bullet KO. Yeah, man. When she threw those right hands, dude, it was those. I heard them. Those punches were landing. So that's what worries me. About Alexis Davis if she gets that fight with Montana De La Rosa, guys. But Courtney Casey versus Jillian Robertson. This is a sneaky, low key good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Jillian Robertson versus Courtney Casey is a sleeper fight. I don't think so either, Bullet KO. I don't think it'll be that complicated. But guys, how do y'all have that going, man? I got Jillian Robertson by second round submission, dude. I think she'll play. I think because she's worked on her. We know she's worked on her striking. I think Jillian will play around with Casey on the feet, test her in the clinch, see how strong he is. Because when Jillian gets you pinned up, if she can't get one submission, she goes for the next. That's the thing about Jillian. She's like a chain jujitsu fighter. Is Courtney Casey's jujitsu that good? Is Courtney Casey's jujitsu that good to roll around with Jillian Robinson? Is she stronger? Is she bigger? She is bigger. Is she stronger? Is she technically better than Jillian Robinson on the ground? Because more than likely that's where this fight is gonna go. It's on the ground. More than likely this fight is gonna go to the ground. But we've seen Jillian Robinson also struggle with girls that are bigger than her. You know what I'm saying? Like with Macy Barber, Jillian Robinson, you know what I'm saying? To me, um, when she was, yeah, Casey, when Jillian Robinson clinched up Macy Barber, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't drag Macy Barber down like she was able to drag Veronica Macedo down. She was able to take Sarah Froda down. She was able to submit Emily Whitmire, take Emily Whitmire down. Um, when Jillian Robertson, when those girls are big like that, she struggles sometimes. But Jillian has also improved on her striking. So if Jillian can strike her way and fake her way into a takedown, Jillian can get Courtney Casey to the ground. I'm not, and coming into the Macy Barber fight, I said, that Jillian Roberts, she may struggle with the physicality of Macy Barber. That's what I said, and that's exactly what happened, which allowed Macy Barber to open up those strikes because she was able to stuff the takedown of Jillian Robinson. So she stuffed the takedown and was able to open up with those strikes. I think I'm a little more confident in going into the fight with Courtney Casey that Courtney Casey would be a little more willing to go to the ground with Jillian Robinson because Courtney Casey thinks that she has a good armbar. So I think she may be a little more willing to go to the ground with Jillian Robinson. But the question surrounding this fight, guys, is let's see how Jillian Robinson has improved on her hands. Let's see how her hands have improved in this fight because Jillian Robinson says she's never been more ready to fight than she is right now. So what does this mean? What does that mean? I need to get Jillian Robinson back on this fucking podcast. That's it. One thing I would like to point out is that Macy was a big girl too when Jillian fought her. Yeah, dude, the size discrepancy was huge. There was a huge size discrepancy between Jillian Robinson and Macy Barber in that fight, and I knew going into that fight, that would be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That would be, but as we can see though, if Jillian was able to get her down, Macy Barber does not have a ground game. I mean, Roxanne Modafferi dominated her on the ground. And I feel like Jillian Robinson beats Roxanne Modafferi. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jillian Robinson's ground game is better than Roxanne Modafferi's. And Roxanne Modafferi dominated Macy Barber on the ground in that first round, even before the injury happened. But Jillian took that L. I talk to Jillian all the time. You guys don't believe me when I tell you this, but I'm telling you guys, I literally talk to Jillian Robinson all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always asking her what's going, I'm always asking her questions and she always hits me off with answers. She always lets me know, you know what I'm saying? I've been talking to her about this Courtney Casey fight. And guys, only thing I can tell you, man, because this is what she has stressed to me the most. She knows that I'm her biggest supporter. She knows that. Jillian Robinson knows that I push her name. She knows that I'm her biggest fan out here. You know what I'm saying? She recognizes that shit. That's why anytime I ask Jillian to do an interview, she's always fucking down because she knows. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you, man, only thing she can say is that she has never been more ready to fight than she is right now. Jillian Robinson wanted the Courtney Casey fight. She wanted the fight that she just fought with Mara Romero Barella. Jillian Robinson said she jockeyed for that fight, and she did not get it that time. And then when she went out here and beat Romero Barella, bing, Jillian Robinson gets the fight. This is a crazy fight, guys. This is a great fight for Jillian Robinson. This is a great fight for Jillian. Fantastic fight for her, man. And if I'm gonna say this, guys. If Jillian Robinson goes out here and finishes Courtney Casey, let's stop referring to Jillian Robinson as a fighter who's not ready to contend in this division. Okay, like Exactly, Bullet KO. She's very loyal. If Jillian Robinson goes out here and finishes Courtney Casey, somebody who the UFC is behind, you know what I'm saying? Let's start putting Jillian Robinson in the conversation in this division. Because you guys are already not, you're still not talking about Montana De La Rosa. You know what I'm saying? Montana De La Rosa is in the rankings. You guys already are not talking about Montana. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, I can't. I was preaching this same thing before Montana De La Rosa got into the rankings. I was trying to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't want to listen. Now, if Jillian Robinson gets this number beside her name and gets her way back into the rankings, we have to start putting her name in the topic when it comes to, standouts in the top, in the ranked standouts in this division, guys. We have to start doing that. This is true. Stamina MC, let's go, man. The man of the fucking hour, dude. Stamina MC. What are you doing at the moment? I would love for you to come in, dog. I would absolutely love for you to come on in here, bro. If you would. If you would, dog. Only if you be down. I would love to talk to you about this, man. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Stamina? Where you at, Stamina? Where you at? Wait, y'all. Hey, Marcus Bell. You think Stamina down with the shits today? You think Stamina down with the shits today, man? I would love to get Stamina on here right now to talk about this Courtney Casey and Jillian Robinson fight. Oh, it'd be amazing. Come on, Stamina. I will put you in right now. Oh, he said he'll pull up. All right, man. First of all, let's wait. Let me get my computer working right first, because my computer will fuck up. Y'all already know that shit. Y'all already know that shit. Y'all already know that shit. All right, hold on, guys. Trying to get my Skype to open here. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. No, man. You right, Bullet KO. You right. Let me see if I can find you, man. Look, I got you on my people, man. Let me see. Hold on, Stamina, y'all. Let me get this. You got your Skype open, man? All right, man. I am going to need your Skype. I'm gonna need your Skype, bro, because I don't have it on this one. Shit, and I seen you on my Skype the other day too. What you got? Send that Skype name, bro. Stephen Wright. Who's coaches? Montana's. Stamina, you're gonna have to send me your Skype, man. Unless I sign out. Let me sign out. Sign into the other. I ain't gonna do that. All right, let me see. All right, let me see, Stamina. You know, my computer is. I just typed in stamina MC, so the stamina MC don't come up. What's a bad fight for my girl? All right, it's two stamina MCs. It's two stamina MCs. Which one? Is it stamina MC stamina or stamina EMCEE? Which one is it? Yes, I see you. I see you on my phone, but I'm not on that account on my computer. Oh man, hold on, guy. We about to get it right. All right, hold on. I got you. I found you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Which one is it? All right. I'm gonna sign out. I'm signing to my other one, bro. I'm gonna do this the easy way. I'm gonna do it the easy way, bro. Stamina MC, I gotta see what you got to say, man. You know, I put a lot of stock into what you say, man. I put a lot of stock into your word, man. I take your word very seriously, sir. You know, especially when it comes to the people that you criticize me on the most, you know. So I'm gonna sign into my other one, so just be patient. Y'all better not go nowhere. Y'all better not go nowhere, man. Y'all better not go nowhere. Hold on, stamina. My computer runs slow, man. It's a slow computer, especially when I'm running a live. It runs slower with other applications. So, all right, next. 2018. Signing in. All right, Stamina, you ain't got to turn your camera on. You can leave your camera out. We can just do the audio unless you want to leave your camera on. They ain't going to be able to see it. So, um, just the audio, bro. Since Stamina can't, since he can't send me the Skype name, so I could have got him from the other account, guys. I had to take the long route to do it. So, blame Stamina for this hold up. You know, hold on. It's signing in, bro. My Skype is signing in. If you could just hold for one moment, please. Come on, Skype. You can do it. Skip. Skip. All right. gonna skip that too. Jillian isn't a bad fighter. She's just not beating Courtney Casey. Oh, Marcus Bell, you give me 1 second, boy. You give me one. Let me get my boy Stamina on here. Marcus Bell talking shit. It's your fault, dude. It's your fault, man. All right, bro. I am calling you now. All right, here we go. All right, it's calling now, bro. All right, Stamina MC should be on the line. Oh no! You sound like a robot, bro. You sound like a robot, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna call you from the phone. They can hear the audio. I'm gonna call you again. Hold on. All right. Yeah, man, he ain't coming through clear enough for me. So y'all gonna have to hear him from the phone audio. And you can hear him pretty good too, so you'll be fine. All right. Let me go to going to call him. What's up, brother? I gotta get you on speakerphone somehow. Say something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Anyways, guys, while I fix this, I'm gonna talk to him. I gotta clear it from my computer first. I'm gonna call you. Stamina. But yeah, man, Jillian Robertson, man, versus Courtney Casey it's a tough matchup for Jillian, man. It's a tough matchup for Jillian Robertson. I have to agree with whoever it was that said that, Marcus Bell. It's a tough matchup with Jillian Robertson, but I can't agree with you that Jillian Robinson can't beat Courtney Casey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't agree with you on that, dude. Like, I can't agree with that. Jillian Robinson is more than capable of beating Courtney Casey. Stay on the line, Stamina. I'm coming to you, dog. Um, I gotta end that call, dude. Hold on 1 second. I gotta end that. Hang up, bro. Hang up. Like, hang up from that call. If you can hear me, hang up. And whatnot. Yeah, hang up if you can hear me, bro. If you can hear me, hang up, bro. I don't know why it's running like that, but it's running real bad, y'all. I apologize. Yeah, bro. Go ahead and hang up, bro. Yeah, hang that up. And I'm gonna sign out, and I'm gonna call you on the phone. But yeah, man, I think Jillian Robinson is more than capable of getting. But it depends to me, man. It depends on how good. It's all good. How good Jillian Robinson has worked on her hands, man. Has she worked on her hands enough? Has she worked on her hands enough to get in there and mix it up with Courtney Casey? It looks like Dean Thomas is definitely rounding out that part of her game. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, y'all. It should be coming through now. Audio should clear soon, y'all. Had to close Skype out, man. Skype be tripping. Skype be tripping. All right, here we go. Get my boy Stamina on the phone. Let's go, Stamina. There we go. Stamina, what's up, man?
Check, check. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, we're good, bro. We're good. We're good. What's going on?
Right, that was interesting. We're here, we're good. We're live. All right.
So go ahead and
You can
tell
hear
me.
me,
Tell
you
me.
can hear me crystal now, yeah?
Oh, crystal clear, bro. You're great. So tell me what's your initial thoughts on Courtney Casey versus Jillian Robinson?
Um, it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me because um, obviously Courtney is new to the division, so how she will fare, up ten pounds and whatnot, and with all the different styles that are on offer, um, it's intriguing to me that with Jillian now, it's the doubts that I've had about her. There's been no way for me to kind of like get rid of those doubts just yet. The doubts that I have, they still exist, and they still exist for a reason, because she doesn't look to have addressed them yet.
Right.
So, going into a fight with someone like Courtney, who, if nothing else, is durable as a motherfucker.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, if if somehow Courtney doesn't manage to fall into Gillian's lap, literally, it doesn't look that good for her, because in addition to not really being there with the striking just yet, despite what she has said on occasion recently in interviews and whatnot, I don't think her wrestling is much cop either. Like, once she has people on the ground, she's fantastic. But to get fighters to the ground, actual singles and doubles, actual judo, so as to get a fighter that's standing up to the ground, I don't really see that from her. So until such time as I do see it, I'm saying she doesn't have it. And if she doesn't have it, she's banging trouble. That's what I'm thinking. It's not that she can or she can't do it. It's just that the odds are not in her favor.
But the odds are never really in Jillian Robinson's favor, though. The odds have never really been in Jillian Robinson's favor. When she fought Veronica Macedo, that was a fight for Veronica Macedo to win. That was a fight for Sarah Froder to win. That was a fight. Every fight that Jillian, just like it was a fight for Macy Barber to win. You know what I'm saying? The odds have never really been in Jillian Robinson's favor from the start. You know what I'm saying? And that's to me, that's a reason. No, you're fine now, Stamina. They said something about your mic. I mean, about the audio. That was, it's a lag. But anyways, dude, I just believe that Jillian, if anybody can submit Courtney Casey or TKO Courtney Casey on the ground with elbows, it would be Jillian Robertson. I think Jillian Robinson she's worked hard on her game. She's worked very hard on her game, man. And as we can see, we've seen Jillian Robinson improve in every fight. We've seen Jillian Robinson improve in the Macy Barber fight where she got TKO'd, and we've seen improvements from Jillian Robinson in that fight. So you can't deny that Jillian Robinson hasn't made improvements in her game. Go ahead, man.
No, no, I mean, it's kind of like just he said, she said with you versus me in that sense. It's a wait and see one, really. There's only so far we can actually go with our opinions.
Right.
We just have to wait and see. We don't have long to wait now. I mean, let's just see. I like the pairing. I like the fact that there are questions that can be questions that are being asked of both of these girls, whereby I, at least, Marcus Bell is different, obviously, but I at least am not saying that it's a wash for either of them. There are certain aspects of fight that I feel like favor one fighter rather than the other, but anything can happen. They all start with 5 minutes on the clock, and they all start on the feet, and what happens happens. So let's see. It doesn't look good for Jillian, but it's not impossible. I'm not going to say that.
So if Jillian wins this fight? Let's say Jillian walks away with her hand raised in this fight. You you have to put you have to, you know, like I was saying before I got you on here, man. I made the point about Montana De La Rosa. Now I'm making the point about Jillian Robinson. If Jillian Robinson wins this fight, dude, you have to start putting Jillian Robinson's name into the conversation, not the conversation particularly to fight Valentina, but as the contender talk. You have to talk as Jillian Robinson as you have to talk about Jillian Robinson as one of the standouts in the ranked portion of this division. You would have to talk about her, but and I said the same about Montana De La Rosa, and still nobody's talking about Montana De La Rosa, and I'm just like I don't understand. What I'm saying, I don't understand how I understand Tukagin took this fight, but Antonina Shevchenko, if she wins this fight, she becomes the number one contender, and it just doesn't make sense for the division. You would think that everybody else is tied up in this division except for Alexis Davis. She's not going to get a chance to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? She's not going to get a fight with Antonina Shevchenko. Why not give Antonina a fight with Montana De La Rosa? Why give her a number one contender fight and screw up the top of the division when you can give these other contenders who are making a name for themselves? You can give them that opportunity to do that.
I mean,
It's just weird how flyweight is functioning. You know what I'm saying? It's weird because like the only people, unless they bring somebody from below, that De La Rosa can fight is Alexis Davis or Jessica I. Everybody else is tied up. Everybody. Everybody else is tied up.
everybody. I mean, there are lots and lots of fighters in the flyweight division. There's no in terms of raw numbers, there are plenty. In terms of actual matchups, especially how a whole bunch of them have been coming down the pipe recently, I'll admit to not really being as on top of it as I otherwise would have been, because in the time where there have been no fights, like I haven't just been as compelled to go online and to hit Twitter and to hit the sites and just to do
Yeah.
my research or whatever,
Yeah.
because it doesn't really lean towards anything, towards the weekend and towards fights or whatever. I haven't been as motivated in that sense. But with all that said, like just the matchmaking that goes on in the flyweight division, particularly, has been curious to me even before now. Like, had anyone said to me that they had a suspicion that Kachuk was going to fight Aishev, I would have said, why? Like, who would do that? For what reason? But here we are. If someone, forget that, in fact, if someone said to me that they were going to put Calvillo and I together,
Right.
what the hell are you doing? Why would you do that?
Right.
But even before that, I don't understand why Jessica I fought Viviane Araújo either. So
Right.
there's been plenty of those over time as to you know to just make me scratch my head basically. So
Yes.
that's not massively abnormal in that they've got form for doing that. Things that I don't particularly understand.
Right.
So in that sense, it's not exceptional. But yeah, the Calvillo and I one is doubly curious to me because okay, Calvillo got a couple of good rubs while she was a strawweight, whereby you could see that the company were favoring her and
Right.
giving her some help that other fighters didn't get.
Right.
This now, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where she got this one from, but yeah, wow.
Is she
Just
fighting?
big old.
Is she fighting Jessica I?
She's fighting Jessica I, and apparently it's the main event. I think on June 20th. It's the main event. What even is that?
What the fuck, dude? Like that's what I'm talking about, man. This flyweight division. This flyweight division is I don't understand it, dude. I don't understand the matchmaking in the flyweight
No,
division.
I definitely don't either. But in terms of there's plenty of fighters that I've got that little list up on Bloody Elbow, the UFC roster of current fighters.
Yeah.
And like there are so many. Alexis Davis, like you said, what's going on with her? As far as I know, Marina Moroz isn't injured. Aldrich could do with getting mashed up again. They didn't say whether Evan Smith was going to fight McCann again, so there's that. Grazo is with Jiyoung Kim. Romero Barella just fought. DLR is not doing anything. Justin Kish isn't doing anything. Andrea Lee wants to look after her kid. Macy Barber's injured. Poliana Batelli was rubbish. She is though. She just is.
Yeah,
she looks great, but she's rubbish. Priscilla Cachoeira isn't doing anything. Maya's gonna fight Araujo. Shayna Dobson's rubbish. Sabina Mazo is at a loose end. Nadia Kassem is rubbish. Lipski's booked against Luana Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Ostovich is rubbish. Yunan is free. Buena Silva's about. Diana Belbita, toss a coin. Lara Procopio and Talia Santos, I don't have an opinion on.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a good 15 fighters. Like, there's plenty.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right about that, bro. You're right about. I can't say anything. Let's look at the comment section. Bullet KO says, well, Marcus Bell says Jessica I's fight simply I versus Calvillo. Yeah, that's just crazy. I versus Calvillo. I mean, they're not gonna give Jessica I another title shot unless Valentina is not the champion. Like Jessica I can just kind of really forget it unless they throw her another bone and let her get back in there with Valentina. But I highly doubt that they're gonna put her back in there with Valentina. I do, man.
Don't nobody want to see that shit.
Nobody wants to see that. Like nobody wants to see that, man. Like let that whole thing die. Like, you know, Jessica, you got beat up. You got beat up. Just let that whole dream die. But I just really, you know what I'm saying, I've been intrigued with flyweight since the beginning of flyweight. So I always talk about flyweight. But what do you think about Pam Sorensen calling for her time in the UFC? You know, and Megan Anderson wants to stay active, and Pam Sorensen said, "Let's go." So, what do you think about that, man?
When did that happen? That new?
That happened today.
That's why I didn't know about it. Okay.
Yeah, Pam Sorensen. Yeah, go look on her Twitter, bro. She put it out there, put a picture of her and Megan Anderson holding their Invicta belts. She said, "Let's go." Like, it's my time. It's her time. And if you think about it, it is Pam Sorensen's time to come into the UFC. A very worthy opponent to get in there and mix it up with Norma Dumont, Megan Anderson, Zara Dos Santos, Felicia Spencer. Get the rematch with Felicia Spencer. Pam Sorensen is a legit featherweight. What do you think about that?
Bruv, you know what? I'm not even mad at it. I'm
Yeah.
not even mad at it because the higher up the weight classes you go, the less high level competitors you get
Right.
who are free agents. If they are anyone worth talking about, generally they are already somewhere. So anyone that could be signed already has a home. So if she doesn't have one, then fucking take her, please. Because who else is there?
Dude.
I'd rather it be her than freaking Zara Fern Santos or whatever. Like, because she's not certified. Like, she's got no pedigree like that.
Right.
She's just knocked out a couple random bitches in Brazil. Like, big fucking deal. Like, Sorensen is legit. Like, she's had her wins, she's had her losses. She's a fighter. She's got pedigree.
Right.
I'm all for it.
And what do you think?
I'm all for it.
What are you saying about, you know, the rumors starting to swell about Kayla Harrison potentially signing with the UFC if she doesn't sign with the PFL?
Nah. She already re-signed her contract.
Oh, did she re-sign already? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She already re-signed that. And frankly, even were it not to have been that, I think the entire industry would look at her sideways if she just jumped ship, because how PFL bent over backwards to accommodate her and to give her a platform and to showcase her, made that whole division basically for her, and arguably niced up the matchmaking to benefit her and whatever else. Opinions vary on that. But for what PFL has done for her, PFL put her on. Like, she can't really go anywhere unless there's actual beef. Right. She can't just up and leave and be like, oh yeah, it's just business. No. They basically built her. That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're definitely right about that. But for sure, okay, let's look at the comments. Jessica, I believe I will only get in the title shot if everyone else is scared to fight Valentina. Man,
No, and that's not going to happen either. So
yeah, that's
yeah,
not, yeah, for sure, not gonna happen.
unless Jessica starts actually knocking bitches out herself, then I don't think anyone will really come around to the idea of that.
Yeah, I don't see Jessica I getting back in there for a while. I think, but I'm starting to think that Valentina Shevchenko will ditch the 125-pound title and let her sister fight there. I think she may go back to 135 and challenge Amanda Nunes.
That's the only way that she will do that. She's not leaving 125 unless her sister gets into number one contention. That's the only way that's going to happen. So she'll just keep smacking people around until that happens.
So how do you think
That's
the
that.
how do you think the fight with Joanne Calderwood and Valentina Shevchenko goes? That's a tricky fight, you know. I mean,
Well,
it's realistically a landslide for Valentina, but you know, Joanne Calderwood possesses skills of her own. You have to give her credit for that. She's a mixed martial artist, but what are her chances against Valentina Shevchenko?
sorry.
Oh, you good, man?
For me, it doesn't look good for JoJo, and the reason why it doesn't look good for JoJo is for one reason and for one reason only.
What's that?
JoJo is slower than Catelyn
For sure. For sure.
everywhere.
For sure.
Valentina could see everything coming with Catelyn. JoJo's fucked.
Yeah, man.
She's absolutely fucked. Like she's really slow. Like I I just unless Valentina fucks up, which we've never seen her do to this day. Like I just don't see how. I just don't see how. She just, she's got good vision at the best of times. And someone as slow as JoJo, I don't know who's slower out of JoJo and Roxy, all things considered. Like I don't
Hey,
know who's
Roxy was
slower.
pretty quick in that Macy Barber fight. Now you got to give her credit. She moved pretty
Was
quick in that Macy Barber fight.
Yeah, but Macy's not really quick either. Though. So it's just like neither of them. No, I'm not even being spiteful. Like, but yeah, Macy is strong. She's not swift. Like that's not her facet. Roxy's not really either of those.
Right.
She's not really strong or quick, which is why people speak of her in the terms that she usually gets spoken of in. You know what I mean? Because like there's not really many plus points that you get to say about her in terms of like athleticism or actual physical attributes. She's
But
got
it works for
experience, she has technique or
Roxanne
whatever else.
It works for
No,
Roxanne
100%,
Modafferi.
100%. She makes it work. I'm not going to diss her. She does her thing. Like
Right.
what she has should not work, but the fact that it does and has done to this point, I gotta respect that. I have to. Like, I have to.
Yeah.
That shouldn't work for anyone, but she's in the fucking UFC. She's in the top bit of the division, in the best fucking fight organization on earth. I gotta respect that. I have to.
Right. Right. But what are her chances, you believe, against Lauren? I think she beats Lauren Murphy, man. You know, unless Lauren Murphy turns this into a barn burner on the feet, I believe Lauren Murphy has more power than Roxanne Modafferi.
Definitely.
But I feel like Roxanne Modafferi is just tricky, man. She's very tricky. She's a very tricky fighter. And when she gets you down, she's gonna dominate you on the ground. Like she's gonna dominate you. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna outwork you on the ground. And she's gotten strong. She's gotten a lot stronger. She's in great shape. You know what I'm saying? Like Roxanne Modafferi is a tricky little fighter, bro.
No doubt. No doubt. But yeah, as you said, Lauren's on that barn burner vibe. You know what I mean? She might just bite down on her mouthpiece and just start looping hooks and just see what happens. Because as we know and we've seen a bunch of times, Roxy don't really like getting hit. Like she can take a hit. We learned that from the fight with Nico because that was a slug out towards the end.
Oh, it was.
But she can take a hit, but she doesn't like to. She'd rather not
right.
be just trading out in the open with people. So a few good knocks on the chin might make her do something a little bit reckless or might just wobble those knees of hers, and who knows? You know what I mean? Because Lauren can definitely take a shot. She'll wear it badly on her face, just like Alexis Davis, but she'll take it. You're not really gonna knock someone like Lauren Murphy out. Not really. She's just a piece of wood. Like, she's just tough.
Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Stamina. Do you believe, especially looking at Montana De La Rosa's last performance, do you believe Montana De La Rosa can compete with those girls?
Which girls? Like, there's loads of girls
with the Roxannes, with the Lauren Murphys, with the Carter Woods, with those girls at the top of the division, the Jennifer Mayas. Because Jennifer Maya is garbage. But how do you feel Montana De La Rosa fits into the top of that division?
I mean, Jennifer Maya's not garbage. It's just that she's basically a boxer.
Right.
Like, she has fantastic hands, and that's
it. Right.
That's it.
Right.
She's a great boxer, but that's it.
Right.
Montana. See, the thing with Montana is kind of the thing with Roxy, but just maybe more so in that Montana doesn't like to get hit either. But the thing is, she can't really take getting hit the way that Roxy can. She's not as durable as someone like a Roxy or a Lauren or even a Jennifer Maya or a Jessica Aya or whatever else. So when you're actually getting pounded on by someone's actually like putting hands on you, connected. Right. People like Montana, people like Jillian, people like JJ, people like who else is there? Ashley Evans Smith to a degree. They buckle. They can't really withstand the onslaught like some of them other chicks can, you know what I mean? So I just worry when they're getting it put on them, can they really weather the storm?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a damn good. That's a good statement. I like that, Stem, and I respect that. I can't disagree with you when you say that. Um, you know, and when I spoke to Jillian Robinson about her loss to Macy Barber, she said she was there. She was there, but she said she understood that she was in a bad spot, and she understood why the referee stopped it because she was in a bad position. So, um, you know, she can't let herself get it, and especially in a fight with Courtney Casey. Courtney Casey is going to come guns blazing, and Jillian can't be in that. She can't get into that predicament. If she's going to get the takedown, she has to get the takedown. She's going to go for it. She has to get it. Like, she has to. Jillian has to be perfect in this fight. That's just pretty much what it has to be, right? That's how I feel.
I mean, pretty much. It's just like, but these things, I do wonder what is she doing now as to attempt to remedy those things. I'm saying, excuse me again, I'm saying I want her to be training with some bantamweights and some featherweights and let those chicks just pound on her. Literally get her against the fence and just start working the rib cage, or just have her up against the fence and just tie clinch and whatever else, and get out of that. We're going to start you here, get out of this position, improve this, reverse this, endure this, whatever else. But I don't want it to be a thing where as soon as someone like a Macy Barber, who's actually got a bit of power, starts to put hands on her, that she doesn't know where she is. Because that's how you lose fights. It's not that she was in a bad spot. She was in a spot she couldn't do anything about. Right. It wasn't going to get any better. That's why it was stopped.
You're right. No, you're right, man. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you on that.
I just want those holes to be shored up. I needed that fixed. It's all very well to be putting up videos with Dean Thomas or whatever else and you're hitting pads. That's offense. What about your defense?
Right.
When your opponent's getting their offense off, what do you do then?
Right.
We even learned that even at the highest level, that's still an issue. Look no further than Amanda Nunes' last fight. If she's not on the offense, she's kind of screwed. Because when GDR started hitting her, she was in bits. She's like, right, takedowns. Get the fuck out of this. I'm not having any more of this. No. Because she's not defensively responsible. She just knows how to knock bitches out.
So with that being said, let's talk about Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer. Let's talk about that fight. Let's talk about the reality of this fight, Stamina MC. You know what I'm saying? And the reality, I've made statements that I made before that you've heard me make. You know what I'm saying? Either way you go, as far as whoever was going to challenge Amanda Nunes, whether it was Megan Anderson or whether it was Felicia Spencer, either one of them were dangerous fights. I feel like Amanda Nunes would have took the GDR approach to Megan Anderson, take her down, dominate her on the ground, stay away from the hands, because Megan Anderson 100% has the power to knock Amanda Nunes out. I do not underestimate that at all. And Felicia Spencer 100% has the skill set to go in here and grind Amanda Nunes to a decision, or to grind Amanda and TKO her with elbows and ground and pound her out, or tire out Amanda Nunes and submit Amanda Nunes. Felicia Spencer could be the more dangerous opponent for Amanda Nunes between her and Megan Anderson.
No, she absolutely is, because she's got more ways to get it done.
Exactly.
She definitely is.
This fight worries me about Amanda Nunes, man. Like this fight, we could very well see Amanda Nunes only be the bantamweight champion. I feel like Felicia Spencer can 100% win this fight. You know what I'm saying? It's very possible that Felicia Spencer can go in here, and because she's gonna be the bigger, stronger girl. You know what I'm saying? We have not seen Amanda Nunes really tested in the clinch. We hadn't really seen it much at 135, and we definitely haven't seen it at 145. We haven't seen we haven't seen a big woman like Felicia Spencer, a big strong woman, clinch Amanda Nunes up, and Amanda Nunes has to find her way out of positions. This is a completely different fight for Amanda Nunes.
I'm right there with you, brother. Right there with you. It's going to be interesting to see, because, again, just to kind of bring it back full circle, we know, because we've seen that Felicia Spencer is fucking durable. She can take a shot.
Right.
Oh boy, she can take a shot.
Yeah.
So Nunes is going to crack her, because she's not really defensively responsible. Not really. She doesn't really have head movement.
Who, Felicia Spencer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not really.
Right.
She'll take some shots, but she's going to take the shots and they're not going to drop her.
Right.
I don't think.
I don't think so either.
And then it's going to be the whole GDR thing over again. It's just like, shit. Now what do I do? I'm kind of fucking tired. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Blast double. Down we go. Oops, that was a mistake, because Felicia knows what she's doing down there.
Right.
Whereas GDR doesn't. So, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And for a fact, okay, now, that Amanda Nunes, I know that Amanda Nunes is a completely different fighter than the fighter that she was when she fought Kat Zingano. You know what I'm saying? I know that she's not the same, which I still believe to this day that Kat Zingano would beat Amanda Nunes. I do. I feel like if they fought today, Kat Zingano would win that fight. But as far as Felicia Spencer, I'm 100% sure she's watched that footage. She's watched that fight, because that's the style of fight that it has to be to win this fight. She can't go toe-to-toe with Amanda Nunes, because I feel like more than a few punches from Amanda Nunes could potentially put Felicia Spencer out. Potentially. Her chin may hold up. You know what I'm saying? But an onslaught by Amanda Nunes is not the spot that Felicia Spencer wants to be in, because Felicia Spencer doesn't throw with a lot of power. She's not a powerful striker. She's a technically sound striker for sure, but she's not a powerful striker. She's like Yana Kunitskaya. Like, they don't sting you when they punch you. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be that clinch heavy, grappling heavy, top pressure type of fight in order for her to win this fight.
Yeah, I make you right. Yeah, because they're neither powerful nor swift. They're just kind of like functional,
right,
scorer, round winning,
right,
punches. You mean?
Right. Yeah, she just doesn't throw with a lot of power. I mean, I've seen Felicia throw a couple of powerful shots on the feet. Like when she fought Pam Sorensen, she threw a couple. I mean, it just landed perfectly. It just landed perfectly. But it's not something you see very often. And of course, but Felicia Spencer does have the beautiful elbows. She threw that elbow and it landed perfectly on Chris Cyborg. Like that was and I mean, a cut like that on Amanda Nunes, Cyborg ate that and kept rolling. Amanda Nunes, I feel like damage would mean more on Amanda Nunes than it would for Chris Cyborg. I
No,
mean, I just,
definitely.
you know,
Amanda doesn't like getting hit.
right,
Amanda doesn't like, which is weird though, because we saw her walk through all of fucking Cyborg's offense for all of the minute that fight lasted.
right,
But yet, both of those times when she fought Valentina, as soon as she got hit with anything, she was on a fucking bike.
right.
You're not telling me Valentina hits harder than Chris. There's no one's gonna say that, not with a straight face anyway. That's definitely not what's happening.
Right.
But despite that, there was just something about the threat that Valentina posed.
Right.
That she just had more to think about in that regard.
Right.
Whereas with Chris, she's like, yeah, whatever, man. You do that, I'll swing as well, and I'll get there first.
Right.
And she did.
And she did, for sure. 100% she did. But Felicia Spencer, man, I just see, and I would be saying the same thing if it was Megan Anderson, but just in a different way. I would say, that Amanda Nunes, we're saying in this fight that Amanda Nunes is going to have to knock Felicia Spencer out. She's going to have to go for a knockout. That's her only path to victory, if you ask me. But I would be saying the complete opposite if it was Megan Anderson. I would say she would have to take that GDR approach, get the fight to the ground, and dominate Megan Anderson on the ground. Because standing and trading with Megan Anderson, man, I mean, that's dangerous for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And as powerful of a striker as Norma Dumont is, she just wasn't able to land. She was not able to land a shot on. She wasn't able to land the heat she was throwing on Megan Anderson. Megan just picked her apart from distance and got the knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like a fight with Megan Anderson is still just as dangerous to Amanda Nunes, if you ask me. It's just as dangerous because Megan Anderson can put her out. I mean, am I wrong for saying that?
No, you're not. You're not. And in that sense, it's a different kind of threat and a greater one insofar as what we also know about. Maybe I'm repeating myself. If I am, I'm sorry.
The
thing with Nunes that we know is that she doesn't fight very well going backwards. So if she were to face an onslaught of the hands from both Anderson and Spencer, there's a far higher risk of danger with Anderson.
Yes.
So yeah, either of them can just be like very offensive and putting pressure on or whatever. Octagon generalship and whatever the fuck else. To have Nunes going backwards, and she doesn't do nearly as well in that regard.
Right.
But just the actual threat of actual dire consequences is obviously greater with Megan. Felicia will hit or can hit and land and score points and whatever and make her uncomfortable. But to the point where she's actually like, her knees are going to give out, or the ref's going to jump in or whatever else, it's going to take a bit more of that to arrive at the same result for someone like Spencer, I feel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But Megan Anderson, man, she can end a fight. You know what I'm saying? She can end a fight, man. But a great addition to that division would definitely be Pam Sorensen in my division. Or if Leah Letson comes out of hiding, I don't know what's going. Have you heard of anything that's going on with Leah Letson? Why she's not fighting?
It was some health thing that she didn't really disclose, but yeah, some health issue was all I managed to glean.
Okay, I mean,
because it's been a minute. No, I know.
It's been a minute, man. We're kind of like, okay, when is Leah, and like the fire of Leah Letson is kind of fading a little bit because we hadn't seen her fight, man. And I want to see how good she does in the UFC, and she just hadn't fought, so I'm just kind of like waiting in the wings with her. I really wish.
I
Go ahead.
For her. because she's the only one that didn't actually need to do tough because she was already signed.
Yeah.
All those other girls had to fight for their spot, and she didn't, and she hasn't done shit since it.
Right.
It's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, and I really wish, and I've said again, I really wish Chasson would fight at 145, man. I mean, Chasson could mix it up at 145, dude. I feel like she could, dude. I really do. She could improve a lot at fights at 145, where she's not cutting so much weight. Why not fight at 145? I don't get it when it comes to her. She's choosing.
There's just more people to fight.
Yeah, that's true.
There's more chance of getting a matchup, and just I'm sure that even for her, I guess for her sense of actual like competitiveness and whatever else, she's probably not feeling like a win over a Zara Fernanda Santos or a Norma Dumont or a Duda Santana or whatever. This doesn't really mean anything.
Right.
In terms of actual her fight career, for the finite amount of years that there is to do something like that. It's just like, well, even a win over a fucking Lena Landsberg just looks better on the resume.
Yeah, for sure.
Or even if you lose to them, it looks better on the resume because they've just got more of a pedigree.
Right. You're right.
Rather than just like regional bruisers, Who wants to lose to a regional bruiser on the world's biggest stage?
I'm sure you're referring to Norma Dumont here.
I'm not anyone in particular. There's more than one, otherwise I'd name them.
And Zara Dos Santos. Like, where are they getting these girls from? Like, where are you getting these girls from, bro? Like, you got all this. I mean, you cut Kat Zingano, which to me was just wild that they cut Zingano. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Sorensen, you have featherweight talent out here, man. Like, just make the fucking division. Like, what's the deal here? But anyways, man, I'm excited for these fights that's coming up. Looking forward to a lot of it. Stamina, man, I'm gonna end this live. I appreciate you coming through and hanging out.
Appreciate you inviting me.
Man, you got any closing thoughts?
How many of these fights are actually next week? Do you recall? I know. How many of these girls are actually fighting next weekend? Or this weekend now, since it's Monday here already.
Well, what's this week? What's the date for Saturday?
It's the 30th, May 30th.
That's my mom's birthday. 30th, 2020. Okay, let's see what the fight card is.
Oh, I remember. It's
Chookagian,
Catlin and Dern Cyphers.
Mackenzie Dern.
That's a fucking weird one. That's weird as shit. Like,
why is it weird?
Because basically that's like Cyphers is just like a sacrificial lamb there. Like they're trying to put Mackenzie back on track. Like, why? Like, why? tiny little Hannah Cyphers. Why? What for? Just because Amanda Ribas beat the shit out of her, now they got to give her a layup. To throw a little softball. No.
Dude, she dropped the ball. Skinny Mackenzie Dern is not what we need. That's not Mackenzie Dern. We need chubby, barely make weight Mackenzie Dern. Like, that's what we need to do, because that version of Mackenzie Dern that fought Amanda Ribas was not the same Mackenzie Dern that fought Ashley Yoder. And that just wasn't.
Yeah, because one of them was overweight.
Not in the. That was the Amanda Bobby Cooper fight. That's the Amanda Bobby Cooper fight. I'm talking the Ashley Yoder fight, which she did make weight. We need that Mackenzie Dern, because this is not the right Mackenzie Dern. Like, she lost a ton of muscle, bro. Like, when she landed that right hand on Ribas, it did nothing to Ribas. And I'm not used to seeing a flush right hand from Mackenzie Dern do nothing to somebody. Like, that was just weird, dude. It was a weird version of Mackenzie Dern. You don't agree with that?
I do, but I just don't know that I can say as decisively as you seem to be that it's down to to weight and to power and to whatever else. I'm just as likely to accept the idea that it's just due to it being like 2 months after she'd given birth.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
That too.
what were you actually doing in that time? Just because, the baby was basically taking most of your weight out of your nipples several times a day. Like, yeah, okay, so you made the scales, but at what cost? What was your actual body makeup as a result of it? How much training did you do?
Right.
I mean, Mackenzie also was someone who was just absolutely not well-rounded. Mackenzie's not that different to
Wait,
what? In the sense of like,
whoa. Okay, you jumped off ship there, but well, go ahead and finish.
yeah, she's not particularly well-rounded. It's like, yeah, she's got her jits, and that's kind of it as well. She doesn't really have any kicks. Striking is basically one flipping overhand right or left, whichever one it is, I forget. And that's kind of it. She doesn't really have takedowns. She doesn't really have clinch. Like, it's just, yeah, she's got a lot of rounding out to do as well. So, yeah, the idea that you're gonna put her in there with bloody Hannah Cyphers, who can crack, but Mackenzie can take a shot. So it's just like, yeah, she's gonna walk through all of the punches, just get hold of her and strangle her. That's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be a round and a half, like maximum. That's all it's gonna be.
Yeah, a sacrifice.
And that to me is as weird and as pointless as the Roxy Lauren and the Calvillo I one. It's just like, what do we learn about either of those after that? What benefit does that confer upon the division for the winner and the loser thereafter? You don't get anything from that. Nothing changes. It doesn't establish any kind of contendership queue or any kind of any kind of pecking order of merits or whatever. It's just like, it's just a fucking fight. It's just a random 15 minutes in those 6 hours of just meh. Fuck that fight, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that fight.
Yeah. That's true. I agree with that wholeheartedly, bro. So no barking there for me, dude. Because I mean, you could potentially, like, let's say Shevchenko wins against Chukagian and Calvillo wins against Valentina goes up to 135 and fights. You could see Calvillo Shevchenko fight for the vacant title or something like that. I feel like
which would already be mad.
Right.
Which would be already mad. Like, Calvillo can't get one win and then fight for a belt. Fuck that shit. She was never that serious at strawweight as to be benefiting like that at Fly.
Right. Exactly.
No way.
She wasn't a staple at strawweight.
Yeah, she did it. She did it. She was doing her thing for a piece. She got busted for weed, and then she kind of never really got back on track after that. She just lost her momentum from being benched all that long.
Yeah.
And just hasn't really been the same since. Just that, that weird fucking Carla Esparza fight, blah blah blah. It's like, nah.
Speaking of Carla Esparza, that's who is reemerging, in my opinion. I feel like Carla Esparza is reemerging as a contender, but when you think about the top, Tatiana, we've seen what happened with her and Tatiana. Her and Joanna, it's a different. Can Carla Esparza keep up with those girls now? And do you think Tatiana Suarez comes back with the same momentum?
I don't see why not. Health issues notwithstanding, I don't see why not. Because that which she's done to most of those girls that she's been in there with, why isn't she going to do that to them as well? Why not? Why not? The skill set that she has is all her own. You can't really find that anywhere else. You have to go and wrestle with some men somewhere to get looks anything remotely like that. Girls don't fight like she does.
Do you think Tatiana could beat Weili Zhang?
I'm hesitant with that one because Tatiana is not thus far particularly defensively responsible.
Okay.
Like, okay, she was compromised in that fight, but the way that Nina was able to touch her more than anyone else had in their entire tenure in the UFC. So because she was compromised, I'm not going to shit on her the way other people were because they don't think Nina's any good. Because Nina got a lot better in order to do that for that fight. Nina was dog shit before that fight, but she leveled up hard in order to put on as good a performance as she did in that fight. She was good in that fight, and I had to respect it.
Right.
Whereas before, I never really would have. So yeah, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, Tatiana, if Nina's going to touch her up like that, then what chance has she got? No. Nina did her thing. So if Tatiana can be a little bit more defensively responsible, then that will benefit her because obviously Zhang is a little powerhouse and she will put hands on any girl. So how much of that can Tatiana take? Because that which Zhang does, no other girl in the division does either.
But do you think we've never seen? Do you think Tatiana Suarez throws with power? Do you think Tatiana Suarez can throw with power? Because we've seen that wrestlers and grapplers, they do have most of them have a powerful strike out of one of their hands.
Yes, but the thing with her, she's actually gone on record as saying that she just doesn't particularly care for that. She doesn't particularly want to. It's just like she said, yeah, I could do that, but because I know that they haven't got an answer for my wrestling, I'm just going to do that. Right. I know for a fact that will work. Yeah, I could punch them in the face, but they could also punch me back. But once I've got their neck, there's fuck all they can do. So I'll just do that.
Yeah, dude. Nobody.
I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
And she's incredibly strong too, dude. She's incredibly like Tatiana Suarez is strong, bro.
No doubt.
Dude, no doubt. Like her and Jessica Andrade, dude. I'm like imagining that fight. It's just like, Andrade versus Tatiana Suarez, dude. Like, who is gonna get who down first? Like, is Andrade gonna knock her down, or is Tatiana gonna take her down? Like, what is gonna happen? Great shit. Great shit. I love women's MMA.
It's one I definitely hope to see.
I love women's MMA. But man, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta take my dog for a walk. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you coming on, of course, man. Absolutely. And
thank you for having me,
sir. Absolutely. Until next time, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you, bro.
Peace.
Peace. All right, guys. You seen it. Stamina MC in the building. Stamina, I appreciate you coming through, bro. And I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good one. Thank you guys for coming through and wrapping it up with me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'm out.